Police ask residents to avoid a Rockford neighborhood overnight. The ongoing investigation on Howard Avenue.
Plus, banning menthol cigarettes, why the ruling may have to wait until after November's election.
And supporting local restaurants, the thousands of dollars combating rate increases caused by the pandemic.
Live from WTVO 17, this is Eyewitness News at 5.
Good evening, I'm Mimi Murphy.
And I'm David Greenberg. A Rockford neighborhood is the scene of a massive police presence.
Police have only shared limited details so far about what happened on Howard Avenue near West State Street. RPD called it an investigation in a post on X just before 2:30 this morning. We'll bring you any updates as we learn more. A Rockford intersection's closed after a weekend crash. A little before 9 last night, a pedestrian was hit by a car on North Rockton Avenue. Rockford police closed all lanes during their investigation. Police say the pedestrian's injuries were non-life-threatening. There's no word yet on any arrests have been made. We'll keep you updated as more information is released.
Hundreds of police officers gather in downtown Chicago, paying tribute to officers who've lost their lives in the line of duty. Fallen officer Luis Huesca's family led this year's St. Jude Memorial March down Chicago Avenue. Huesca was shot and killed 2 weeks ago in Gage Park, and almost a year after the death of Officer Ariana Preston. The St. Jude League provides emotional support to loved ones of the fallen.
March symbolizes pride, hope, and never-ending strength by those who will continue to push forward, even when the tunnel becomes darker and the light more scarce.
This year, the march returned to its original downtown route after nearly 2 decades along the lake at Memorial Park. Chicago Police's superintendent says the move was important for public visibility. The organization has hosted that march every May since 1932.
The Biden administration's postponing plans to ban the sale of menthol cigarettes. The Department of Health and Human Services says more conversations are needed before finalizing the rule.
Washington correspondent Raquel Martin spoke with anti-smoking groups. They argue the delay will continue to cost lives.
A national ban on menthol cigarettes may have to wait until after the November election. The White House is postponing an FDA rule to remove the tobacco products from shelves.
Unfortunately, for every day there is a delay, more kids will become addicted to tobacco and fewer people will end their addiction.
The American Lung Association says the White House decision will ultimately cost lives.
Menthol cigarettes are a menace to public health.
The FDA proposed a rule to ban menthol cigarettes back in 2022, citing evidence and science showing the products are harmful. And the Biden administration endorsed the move. However, in a recent statement, the Department of Health and Human Services says, quote, "It's clear there are still more conversations to have."
Conversation about what?
Dr. Chris Purnell is the director for health equity with the NAACP.
When the FDA issued that draft rule, that was issued based on a mountain of facts.
Purnell says inaction disproportionately harms Black communities. FDA studies show more than 80% of Black smokers rely on menthol cigarettes. She argues a delay won't buy the president any favor at the ballot box.
It's absolutely the wrong call to make.
The FDA says the agency is still committed to banning menthol cigarettes, but is not providing a timeline. In Washington, Raquel Martin.
Federal lawmakers are boosting funding for security at houses of worship following a series of threats. $400 million will be added to the nonprofit security grant program. This comes as concerns rise about more frequent threats, especially against Jewish and Muslim communities, fueled in part by the Israel-Hamas war.
We're here today because this is a persistent cascade of intolerance and even violence, aimed, of course, at synagogues above all, but also at mosques, at churches and temples, and it has to stop.
Religious nonprofits can apply for the money through May 21st. It can be used for a variety of things, including security guards, fencing, window locks, and cameras.
Well, thousands of dollars are heading to support local restaurants. Rockford Area Conventions and Visitors Bureau announcing the first round of winners for restaurant relief grant funds. The money will help to offset increased insurance rates due to state mandates and closures during the pandemic. 33 grants are being awarded to restaurants in Winnebago County, totaling more than $469,000. One restaurant owner says these funds are a step in the right direction.
Big help. It'll help us for this second quarter. Usually the high unemployment tax rate doesn't fall off until the second quarter. But for us to receive this grant is a stepping stone towards slightly getting back to normal.
Round 2 for applications is set to open in early July. Additional awards will be made by early September.
State Line City wants your input on several playground renovations. The city of Beloit is replacing playgrounds at Pride, Christilla, Horace White, and Brown Hatchet parks. The Department of Public Works is asking for public input on what features will be included in future playgrounds. Community members have until May 17th to take an online survey, or residents can attend a public information session next Monday at the Beloit Public Library.
So these are some of our older playgrounds. We make attempts to replace our playgrounds as they're needed. However, we don't always have enough funding to do all the projects that we'd like to do. So this is a rare opportunity for us to take some of our aging playgrounds and replace them.
The playground replacements are being funded by the American Rescue Plan Act. Confusion in the Middle East over a ceasefire.
Up next, the ongoing negotiations between Israeli and Hamas leaders. And coming up at 6, ranking hospital safety, where state line medical centers appear on this year's list.
Our temperature is in the 70s this afternoon, a warm one, but we've got some thunderstorms to look at here to the west. Find out if those will make an impact for us as over the next couple of days. Coming up in the first warn forecast a little later.
There's confusion in the Middle East over a possible ceasefire between Israel and Hamas. Hamas says they've accepted a ceasefire deal with Israel.
Yeah, but Israel says it's not the deal that's under discussion. Perry Russum is in Washington with more.
The celebrations in the streets of Gaza after Hamas announced it's accepted a ceasefire deal with Israel. But Israel says it is not the same framework Israel proposed at the negotiation table. CIA Director William Burns is in the region, part of the negotiating partners.
And he's working this in real time on the ground.
A spokesman for Israel Defense Forces says they will study Hamas's latest response and at the same time continue operations in Gaza. Today, the IDF says they attacked 50 Hamas targets in Rafah, the southern Gazan city where more than 1 million Palestinian refugees are sheltering from war. The Israeli military says they started evacuating refugees from the eastern part of the city, sending them to humanitarian zones. Some people checking evacuation orders on cell phones, but there is still confusion on the ground. This man says, "This has left us confused. Where should we go? You told me to come to Rafah. You tell me where you want me to be so I can be done with the whole crisis." Negotiations between Israel and Hamas had apparently been breaking down before news of a ceasefire agreement by Hamas. The group had been demanding Israel withdraw and stop its bombardment.
We will be discussing this response with our partners over the coming hours. We continue to believe that a hostage deal is in the best interests of the Israeli people. It's in the best interest of the Palestinian people. It would bring an immediate ceasefire. It would allow increased movement of humanitarian assistance, and so we're going to continue to work to try to reach one.
President Biden and Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu spoke on the phone this morning. This was before the announcement of any ceasefire deal by Hamas. The White House says Biden does not want to see any major military operation in Rafah that puts refugees at risk. Perry Russum, ABC News, Washington.
Well, it's certainly been a beautiful start to the week. Just gorgeous out there, sun shining.
Yeah, so nice. After the break, though, Candace does tell us about some storms that could move into our area.
Now, your First Warn weather forecast from Chief Meteorologist Candace King.
Well, it has been a gorgeous Monday afternoon. Lots of sunshine. Temperatures warming through the 70s, and we continue with that clear sky as we take a live look with our SkyTrack camera over the Rock River here, downtown Rockford. Things are going to be pretty quiet for us through the next several hours as our skies stay clear and high pressure continues to depart us to the east and southeast. But storms are really starting to get going here across the central and southern plains, and this is where the severe threat will reside here for the next several hours. This line of storms that has the numerous severe thunderstorm warnings and tornado warnings will continue to grow both in intensity and coverage over the next several hours, maintaining that severe threat, unfortunately, after dark tonight. Highest risk for severe storms across the Central Plains. In fact, with a heightened risk for severe weather from south central Kansas right down through Oklahoma City. Unfortunately, in some areas that have already dealt with a very active spring storm season. Now, I show you this line because this is actually going to quickly race to the east later tonight. It should weaken as it does so, but you notice parts of the area northwest Illinois in that low end risk, marginal risk for a strong storm or two, and that would be very early tomorrow morning. So I think as that line continues to move east, it'll weaken, but some of the stronger segments could have some stronger winds associated with them, and that would be just before sunrise tomorrow. Temperature at 76 in Rockford, Rochelle, 75 in Freeport, Dixon, 72 in Janesville. It's a warm one out there as we continue with that above average trend. 75 for our weather watcher Terry in Genoa, dew point temperature at 52. Now that dew point number will go up tomorrow morning, so tomorrow morning you're going to notice it feeling a little more on the muggier side. Temperature-wise, we're really not going to see much change over the next couple of days, but as we start to shift our wind more to the south and then southwest, this air mass, where those dew points are in the 60s, lifts to the north. So that'll help kind of feed some of those showers and thunderstorms, and then watch those redevelop again going into tomorrow afternoon. So this is what it'll look like later tonight. This is 10 o'clock. Here comes that line just to the west of Des Moines. As it moves to the east, again, it should weaken, but I think it holds together just long enough to give us that gustier wind threat. Then as we get closer to the early afternoon, could see a redevelopment of a few isolated thunderstorms, and then again by 5, 6 o'clock tomorrow evening. So a lot of things we'll watch going into the afternoon tomorrow. Wednesday, that threat shifts to the south of us, at least for severe thunderstorms, but I think we could see some showers, thunderstorms Wednesday night, just on the back side of that low pressure system. So what does this look like locally? No problems here tonight. In fact, most of the overnight is going to stay nice and quiet. This is 4 or 5 o'clock tomorrow morning. Notice this line working closer to the Mississippi River. Again, that'll move to the east through sunrise tomorrow, getting closer to Janesville, Rockford, down through Rochelle. And again, some of the stronger segments could have some gustier winds. That is out of here by about 9, 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. We clear out whatever clearing we see, and the more clearing we see helps recharge the environment for some additional thunderstorms as early as noon tomorrow, and then moving quickly to the east. And then here comes that second round, or third round if you want to look at it, by about 5, 6 o'clock tomorrow evening, working through. All of that for the afternoon and evening, having a hail and wind threat associated with it. Will stay mostly dry, I think, for Wednesday afternoon, although isolated thunderstorm can't completely be ruled out. So we've got a marginal risk, which again is the lower end risk for tomorrow morning and afternoon with some of those thunderstorms. The morning round would be wind and heavy rainfall. Afternoon and evening round would be wind and hail threat associated with that. We do have to kind of watch where warm front, cold front, and occluded front tomorrow afternoon come together. Comes close to us, even though we don't have a lot of instability, could give us just enough spin to really kind of watch some of those thunderstorms. 77 on Wednesday, and then we'll drop those temperatures by the end of the week.
And we'll make sure to be weather ready. Candace, thank you.
Scott's in next with sports. He looks at the upside of the Ice Hogs' season-ending loss to Grand Rapids yesterday.
And the Cubs are amped about getting their ace back on the bump tonight.
Now sports with sports director Scott Lever.
Another hockey season has passed us by in Rockford without another championship banner to hang from the rafters at the BMO Center. The Ice Hogs won't be playing for the Calder Cup after getting eliminated from the playoffs yesterday by Grand Rapids. Now, the Hogs had the talent to make a deep run, and they had their chances in this series, starting with Game 1 when they let a 2-0 lead slip away in the third period and wound up losing in overtime. There was the other overtime loss in Game 3 in Grand Rapids. And then yesterday's loss on home ice. The bright side to yesterday's game was the play of Lucas Reichel. He scored both Hogs goals, and he looked as comfortable and as confident as we've seen him look this season. Anders Sorensen liked what he saw from Reichel.
I thought he was really good tonight. I thought it was his best game of the series. I thought if that's a sample, a small sample of what he's going to be, then I think he's got a really bright future ahead of him.
Another optimistic note for Hogs fans is with all the young prospects the Blackhawks are stockpiling, we should see a lot more good hockey here over the next few years. The Cubs are pretty fired up about their game tonight against the Padres. That's because of the guy who will be on the hill. Justin Steele will make his first appearance since straining a hamstring in the season opener. He'll bolster a starting staff that is more than held up in his absence. Javier Assad, Shota Imanaga, Hayden Wisniewski, and Jamison Tyone have been superb. Their collective ERA is under 2. This rotation makes Craig Counsell's job a lot easier, and he's the first to admit it.
I mean, you could put any 3 starting pitchers in history up there, and if at this point in the season they're sub-2, they've exceeded expectations. So put Maddox, Glavine, and Smoltz up there, and if they're delivering this, they've exceeded expectations.
The White Sox are playing the Rays this evening in Tampa. The Sox swept a series from the Rays last month. The Packers wrapped up their rookie minicamp over the weekend. Matt LaFleur was not only pleased with his rookies getting a feel for what it means to be a Packer, he was also pleased with new defensive coordinator Jeff Hafley.
Yeah, it's been great just to see how he interacts with the guys. He does a great job of giving them the why behind everything we're doing. I think that's important. I think he's done an outstanding job just how clear and concise he is. And then he does a good job of wanting to get to know these guys and build a relationship with them.
The Packers veterans will arrive in a couple weeks for the start of all-season team workouts. The Bears will hold their rookie camp this coming weekend. At Sports, we'll be right back.
It was so nice yesterday to be outside and not have the humidity.
Yeah.
And today is the same way.
Oh, yeah, it was. Saturday it got a little toasty before some of the thunderstorms. Yeah, it was a little muggy. So if you were kind of really working outdoors yesterday, it was gorgeous. Today, a beautiful day too. Now, if only we could kind of keep this weather going.
But it's going to change.
It will
It's cooling
change,
down a little bit, and you said overnight we may see some severe storms. Just a small chance.
Right, a small threat for that. A lot of the severe weather through the afternoon, evening, and overnight here today, staying out to the west of us. But we are going to see some of those thunderstorms kind of move in. So it's those line of storms that are from Kansas down through Nebraska, Kansas, Oklahoma. They should weaken as they move in tomorrow morning, but still could have some gusty winds. And I think that window from about 5 until 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. So just as we're up, getting ready to get out the door. So just make sure you're watching meteorologist Joy Marino, because he'll have all of that tomorrow morning. Then we could see from 12 through about 7 o'clock tomorrow some additional thunderstorms if we clear out enough. Going into tomorrow afternoon, 77 on Wednesday, drop in temperatures. It'll feel cooler. You've got kind of a rain coming in on Thursday too, so kind of a blah day, but then back into the 70s next week.
All right, thanks, Candace.
World News Tonight's up next. We'll be back here at 6.